Hey guys, this is the first episode of Epic Fantasy Fandom Talk. Here with your hosts, Aaron
And Corey.
and Corey.
The two widest names you can think of.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. And we're just going to talk about everything fandom, everything fantasy, and everything epic, because the epic really comes into play there.
Mainly things that we really like and obsess over, and if you don't like it, then join us. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, it actually is pretty cool once you get into it. Okay, so to start the show off, this one's going to be really laid back because this is our first episode. We don't really have a lot planned out on this one, so just work with us. It's going to be kind of slow paced. Okay. First things first. Corey and I have a lot of history with fandoms and a lot of history with fantasy and a lot of history with epic things too, I would say.
The show was originally supposed to be just for Whovians. We are both devout believers in the Doctor, that he will save us from whatever comes our way. But as we kept talking, we realized that we love so many other fandoms that we couldn't just do one show about Doctor Who.
Impossible. So
Improbable.
Improbable. So we decided we'd do a show about all of them. My favorite being Star Trek, which probably, if you know me, then most people know that I am a huge Star Trek fan, and Corey is a huge Doctor Who fan. So, I guess we'll just go on to our first topic, which is, as most of you know, the new Doctor is in. He has been officially announced this last Sunday, and he is Peter Capaldi. He was in a previous episode of Doctor Who, which was The Fires of Pompeii.
He was also in Torchwood, if you watch that.
And, yeah, me neither. Both of them are really good. Well, Torchwood's good from what I hear. And, you know, the Fires of Pompeii was a decent episode. It was pretty good, but the most important thing is we found out that he was in that episode and that he has a history with Doctor Who, which can help a lot, really, because they picked Amy from that same episode. So there must be a good luck charm in that episode. So, but we'll start with Corey on who did you originally want to play the Doctor?
Originally, Daniel Radcliffe. Believe it or not.
That's a pretty good choice.
It was. Everyone's just like, I want him to be ginger. So like Ron, whatever his name is, Rupert, was like, no, I want to be Daniel Radcliffe because I love Harry Potter. And the more we talked, I'm just like, if he's older, Johnny Depp. Johnny Depp, you know, he's a chameleon. He can do whatever he wants to.
That's really true.
And then people were just like, well, what about a female doctor? And like, just stop. He has a wife. He has a daughter out there somewhere. He has tons of kids. He said that in his tent, you know, his days as the tent. Him being a girl is just, it would screw everything up. If you're a sexist, I'm sorry. Really. Feminist, just
we don't care. No, I'm just kidding.
Eat your heart out. If he was black, that would be awesome. Like, we talked about Morgan Freeman.
Oh.
I thought that would be awesome.
Good Lord. So many epic Doctor quotes as Morgan Freeman.
But eventually, in the last days, I really wanted it to be Benedict Cumberbatch. Because that man is awesome.
Well, see, originally I was like, hey, Corey, you need to look at Benedict Cumberbatch. You need to see, like, his acting style. I was like, I think he'd make a really good Doctor. And, like, because I had watched Sherlock, and I've watched all the episodes of it, and I loved it. Because it's almost like, because Steve Moffat writes for Sherlock, and he also writes for Doctor Who, and Corey and I both agree, I'm pretty sure, that Steve Moffat is the best Doctor Who writer so far.
Yeah.
I mean, what are some of the episodes that he's written that you liked?
Pretty much anyone that made me scratch my head and leave me on a cliffhanger.
I love this.
The first one was with the 10th Doctor. He wrote the one, Girl in the Fireplace. And I didn't know he wrote it until I watched it later. I'm just like, oh, Steve Moffat wrote it. No wonder I loved it.
Yeah.
Because it was just perfect. And then it just spread it out from there. It was awesome.
Yeah. I liked a lot of his writing, too, because it kept you on the edge of your seat right until the end. And he would keep you like jumping through hoops. So you'd like 1 minute you think, oh, okay, I know who it is, and the next minute you'd be like, maybe I'm wrong. Like he's really.
How many times did Rory die?
Yeah, exactly. And so I mean, I was like, Steve Moffat writes Sherlock, and it's an awesome show, and I think Benedict would have made an incredible Doctor, just from the way he carries himself, the way he dresses, the way he acts. He
could have brought the scarf back.
He could have brought the scarf back.
That would have been amazing.
Oh, please. But
something about Steve Moffat is, that whole 5th season.
Yeah.
The 12th episode, like the episode right before the last one, the Pandora opens, he blows up the universe. Everything's dead. And you're just like, the Doctor's locked away in the Pandora. You don't know how everything's going to be like.
Yeah.
First 5 minutes of the next episode, everything's okay. Doctor's back. It was like,
and of course, he wrote the epic speech of Matt Smith about the Pandora, which was one of my favorite scenes.
Come and get it if you're
Yes, I love that.
Brave enough.
Exactly.
Come and get it.
Yeah, just step through me. Anyway, we found out that.
Don't want to get my fangirl on the camera.
We found out that our hopes had been slightly shattered.
Destroyed. Raped and pillaged. That Peter Capaldi is actually the new Doctor. Which... Okay. I told you I was going to address this. I'm going to do it now.
Go for it.
If you hate Peter Capaldi just because he's old, get out of the fandom.
Because look at all the original Doctors. They were all older.
The first 3, old, amazing. Middle-aged was like the rest of them, up until Matt Smith. This guy, he's older, but don't hate him because of it.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean...
hate him because of his earlier works.
He was a very, very... cussing... He was an F-word enthusiast. That's what we can call him. And he had a previous movie. I cannot, for the life of me, remember the name of it. But he was in a TV show and a movie. Yeah, and a movie adaptation of the TV show. That, like, literally, there was like 60-some uses of the F word in that.
It was 86.
86. Oh, okay. Yeah.
And they missed a couple because there was another montage that had something that they missed.
Yeah. So there was a lot of F word in his previous work.
And I was like, why? It's a family show.
He used to drop acid with Craig Ferguson.
Man.
Which, acid, that could help the Doctor Who role. Just like, hey man, there's like time and shit. But,
Well, I don't do drugs, but I would probably try acid to hang out with Craig Ferguson.
Yeah, Craig Ferguson.
He is an awesome guy. Oh, that was another guy I thought of. You want to go older? Go Craig Ferguson.
Craig Ferguson would have been actually a really good pick.
Funny, huge fan of the show.
Yeah. He would have brought a lot of comedy back to Doctor. I mean, not Matt Smith had a lot of comedy, but David Tennant was to me funnier than Matt Smith. That's just my opinion.
I thought he was more deep, more emotional.
Yeah. Matt Smith was more silly. Kind of.
Matt cried a lot.
He did cry a lot.
But David cried a lot, too.
I think they put Matt in more serious situations, too. Like with the Pandora and stuff. I think he had a lot more real serious... Yeah. David was always in this sort of, funny situations a lot.
Oh, you're face to face with Satan. What are you going to do?
Yeah.
I'm going to yell at him.
But, I mean, my thoughts on Peter Capaldi. He's a seasoned actor, at least. I'm glad of that. I'm glad they didn't pick somebody that was like a Hollywood star, like a huge star. And then again, I'm glad they didn't pick somebody that was, such a new face to acting that he doesn't know how to hold his own in a major picture, major TV show, even. Because you don't want either extreme. You don't want somebody that's too well known, and then again, you don't want somebody that can't act. So, in that aspect, I'm happy. His appearance is okay. I don't really have anything wrong with his appearance. Do you?
I mean, I saw that picture of him coming out of the TARDIS with a bowler hat. I'm just like, okay, that can work. I don't hate that.
No, it's actually okay. I'm cool with that. I was even cool with the one with him with the scarf.
And I'm just like,
yeah,
I'm gonna kill you.
I have a sonic screwdriver. Yeah, it was sort of like that. I was okay with the scarf, and I was okay with the other stuff. So I think physical appearance wise, he's okay. I think he's good with that. It's just we're just gonna have to wait until Matt Smith regenerates into him to see really, and we probably won't see but like 2 minutes of his actual acting in this Christmas
Unless,
special.
and I really hope this doesn't happen, it's in the beginning of the Christmas special that he regenerates.
Or like halfway through
Or
or something.
halfway through, and I don't want to see that.
I don't think so.
I want as much
Well-
Matt Smith as I can get.
Well, you got to remember something too, that when David Tennant regenerated into Matt Smith, it was right, literally at the end of there was like 2 minutes
Yeah, I know.
of Matt Smith's acting in that.
And the same thing with Chris Eccleston and David Tennant. It's just
Yeah.
like, oh, what was I saying? Oh yeah, Barcelona. And
Yep, and then he turns into David Tennant, and so they haven't had a history of doing it like halfway through.
yeah,
Then again,
it's usually in
the last ones were in episodes, not specials, weren't they? I don't know if I'm right.
David regenerated into Matt in a special, but Chris into David was
It was just an episode. Yeah, okay. So they've done it once already, but this is going to be a really
But
big
Sylvester
special.
into whoever the Eights was a movie.
It was a movie. Yeah, see, so at least it's and the 50th anniversary is coming up soon too, and that's going to be one to really look forward to.
No, wait.
That's going to be in the theaters,
3D.
3D.
Who cares? But still,
Yeah, I don't care about 3D. I'll probably just go see it in 3D. Just say I did.
yeah, I saw it in 3D.
And the 3D glasses will probably be like Doctor Who themed, which would be awesome.
Oh,
They always do
like
that.
10th Doctor, Red and Blue. Oh, I didn't even think
Please.
of that. Oh,
Please do that. If you're listening, BBC, do that.
they're not.
Anyway, on to our next topic.
We had one. Okay.
On our next topic. As most people know now, at Comic-Con, they announced the Man of Steel sequel, which is going to feature Batman versus Superman, which I absolutely cannot wait for because I am a huge Batman fan. I don't know if you can see it good on camera, but I have a Batman tattoo. And I absolutely can't wait for this movie. But the big question is, we got such an awesome Superman, Man of Steel. Who's going to play the Dark Knight? Who is going to step into the cape and cowl and take over this
Oh.
and bring a new life into the Batman role, which we really need after I love Christopher Nolan's movies, but they didn't really stay true to the comics.
Stay true to the comic.
Yeah.
All the time, because you have nerds like us that are nitpicking everything. Like the Wolverine. What?
Well, okay.
I enjoyed it. I mean, Asian chicks, I enjoyed it. But what?
Yeah. I mean, I agree with sticking to the comics. I really do. But the thing the thing that I remember too, though, is like comic to movie adaptations take a lot of work, especially when they're going straight from a comic book. So a lot of the times, things that are in a comic book, if you just turn it straight into the movie, would get lost in translation.
That's true.
So, I mean, sometimes they have to take liberties, but I thought the Man of Steel, even though it wasn't based off a comic, was really good. It was a really good thing.
I didn't hate it.
No.
I liked
It
it.
was a really good movie. I liked what they did with Zod. I liked what they did with all that.
I can't wait to see Batman beat the crap out of Clark.
Yeah, because Batman, Batman's going to beat the crap out of Superman. At first. But,
I'm all about the underdog, and I hate the little kids being like, Batman doesn't have any powers. I'm like, oh, you like Iron Man? Yeah, Iron Man's awesome. He don't have powers.
yeah, Iron Man just has money.
He's just
and
really
smart.
rich and smart.
Yeah.
Oh, so is Bruce Wayne. Take
Yeah.
away their stuff. Bruce Wayne still knows a whole bunch of stuff and can bench press 1,000 pounds,
Yeah.
like freaking comic says. And well, Tony Stark's just he's Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah, that's all he's Robert Downey Jr. But who is going to take over the mantle of the Dark Knight? And there's been a lot of names thrown around. There's been a lot of people suggested. I know that Kevin Porter, Kevin Porter, who played Batman in several fan films, and he's in Bat in the Sun's couple short film Batman movies. he is amazing, and he is actually like number one, top of the list choice right now. Besides, I think,
Johnny Depp.
no, I wish. No,
No,
I
that'd be
don't want Johnny
terrible.
Depp to play a Batman.
I'm Batman.
I know.
I'm Batman.
I know that.
Batman.
I believe they were looking at one of the guys from True Blood, which, if you look at his name's like Joe Manganiello. You Google it.
Joe Mangione. Like no, no.
Manganiello, something like that. But he looks really cool, and he was actually in the first Spider-Man movie. He played Flash in the Sam Raimi 2001 Spider-Man movie. He played Flash, not the superhero Flash, but he played Flash.
Flash Gordon.
Flash Thompson.
Thompson. Who's Flash Gordon?
Flash Gordon.
That's a very old, not that great movie.
Yeah, but he played him in the old Spider-Man movies, or in the first one, and he did a really good job in that. And he's been in True Blood, and he can definitely pull off the dark evil that Batman. He needs an evil, but he also needs a restrained evil. You don't need to get too caught up.
Well, after seeing Kevin Porter,
yeah,
terrible with names. After seeing him doing the Bat in the Sun things, his voice is spot on. The dude actually knows he knows what he's doing, and he's got the look.
He definitely has the look.
Like the comic book look, like the jawline, what's it called? The 5 o'clock shadow.
He's even got the cleft chin.
He does. He has it. He is
That's
Batman.
amazing. Yeah, he's Batman. Which I'd be glad if they went with somebody that was from a smaller production, because it's good that when they draw people from people not A-list stars.
Yeah.
I get so tired of seeing like, hey, look, there's Dwayne The Rock Johnson in this movie this year. Oh, look, and it's Dwayne The Rock Johnson in the next movie the next year.
He's the it god.
He plays every single role in every single movie.
Look, he's a tooth fairy.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I like the Scorpion King that he did, and I liked that movie with.
There's another movie.
Oh, there's so many movies. I like Doom.
Fast 5, Fast 6.
Yeah, he was really good in this. But I don't want to see him in every single thing I watch.
It gets annoying.
It does. It really it just goes on and on and on.
It gives someone else a chance, basically.
Yeah, seriously, let somebody else do some acting for change. Get some people that aren't hey, we're all A-list stars,
Yeah.
But I think there's a lot of people that could take up the Batman role and do really good with it. And I think that if they pick Kevin Porter, that'd be a good choice. I know there's a couple of them that they're talking about, and I'm like, what? No.
Peter Capaldi.
Yeah, Peter Capaldi plays Batman. He just fucking Batman, and I could just see that already, and it's really disturbing. But I guess we're about out of time, so
for future reference, what you can expect for our show. I'm going to want to talk about, recent stuff with Doctor Who, obviously.
Yeah.
We both are, but also DC and Marvel, any movie things that we're interested in. I know if I could have, I would have talked about The Conjuring because I saw it and I've been raving about it. D&D, I love Dungeons and Dragons. Wish I had more time for it, but I'll talk about it later. What else do we like? Music, tons of music.
Lord of the Rings, Star Trek. I'm gonna be he is your Doctor Who go-to guy. I'm the Star Trek go-to guy. I've been looking up Star Trek 3, and I just saw Star Trek Into Darkness 3 months ago. So
great movie.
If I know something, you guys are gonna know it too. So
and what else? Pretty much anything cool.
Anything cool, out of the ordinary,
video games, of course.
Fandom.
We wouldn't be nerds.
Oh, video games. Yeah. Just literally, I have comic book stacks, video game stacks, in the room right now. So,
also you can expect me taking random videos of stuff
behind the scenes,
and definitely bloopers.
Yeah, there was a couple for this video. So, that's pretty much it, guys. And
there's going to be change of sets. We're not going to have these pretty curtains behind us.
My lovely curtains are not going to be in the video.
Show them the Nuka-Cola.
Oh yeah, my Nuka-Cola.
We're both huge fans of Fallout, so
I have an actual Fallout Nuka-Cola from
The Wasteland.
the Wasteland. Yeah, well, yeah, I guess. Yeah, why did I even say that? It's from the Wasteland. It's even got the bottle cap for Nuka-Cola and everything.
That's worth 1 cap.
And you know what? I think we should do that every show. I think we should show one thing, like one thing that we like, one thing that's unique to a fandom or a fantasy that we think's cool.
We'll run out of stuff real quick, but if we have it, we'll show it.
Probably not, because you.
That's true.
Yeah. Do you know how many comic books I have?
That's true.
Yeah. Anyway, that's pretty much it for this show, guys, and I appreciate you guys tuning in. We both do. And catch you guys later.
Yep.
Alonzi. And a lot of history with fantasy, and a lot of history with epic tales too. And you really have to